Good morning, students. Today we are to discuss about difference between backtracking and branch and bound. Difference between backtracking and branch and bound. First difference is backtracking. Backtracking is normally used to solve decision problems. Branch and bound is used to solve optimization problems. First difference is backtracking is normally used to solve decision problems and branch and bound is used to solve optimization problems. Next difference, second difference. Second difference, nodes in the state space tree are explored in depth first order in the backtracking method. In this state space tree are expanded in the order of depth first order in the backtracking method, and nodes in the space tree may be explored in depth first or breadth first order in branch and bound method. Second difference is nodes in the state space tree are explored in backtracking method by depth first order, and nodes in the state space tree may be explored in depth first order or breadth first order in branch and bound method. Next difference. First difference is backtracking for decision problems, and second branch and bound for optimization problems. In backtracking method, nodes in the state space tree are expanded or explored in depth first order in the backtracking method, and nodes in the state space tree in branch and bound are explored in depth first order or breadth first order. Next. Next difference. It in backtracking, it realizes that it has made a bad choice and undoes the last choice by backing up. In backtracking, it realizes that it has made a bad choice and go to the and undoes the last choice by backing up. Last choice can be obtained by using backtracking. It in branch and bound, it realized that it already has a better optimal solution that the pre-solution leads to. So it abandons that pre-solution. Third point is in backtracking, it realized that it has made a bad choice and undoes the last choice by backing up. It realized that it already has a better optimal solution that the pre-solution leads to, so it abandons that pre-solution. It realizes that it already has a better optimal solution that the pre-solution leads to, so it abandons that pre-solution. Next, the feasibility function is used in backtracking. The feasibility function is used in backtracking. Branch and bound involves a bounding function. Branch and bound involves a bounding function. The difference is it realized that it has made a bad choice and undoes the last choice by backing up. And in branch and bound, it realized that it already has a better optimal solution that the pre-solution leads to, so it abandons that pre-solution. The feasibility function, the feasibility function is used in backtracking, and branch and bound involves a bounding function. Next difference, the next move from the current state can lead to a bad choice. In backtracking, the next move from the current state can lead to a bad choice. And in branch and bound, the next move is always towards a better solution. Next, fifth point, on successful search of a solution in state space tree, the search stops. In backtracking, on successful search of a solution in state space tree, the search stops. And in branch and bound, the entire state space tree is searched in order to find the optimal solution. Backtracking is more efficient, but branch and bound is less efficient. Applications of backtracking and branch and bound. Applications of backtracking and branch and bound. Backtracking applications are NPIN's problem, knapsack problem, sum of subsets problem, Hamilton cycle problem, graph coloring problem. And applications of branch and bound are traveling salesman problem, knapsack problem, job sequencing problem. These are applications of branch and bound. Next difference is dynamic programming and greedy approach. What is the difference between dynamic programming and greedy? In dynamic programming, it guarantees an optimal solution, but in greedy approach, it does not guarantee an optimal solution. In dynamic programming, sub-problems in dynamic programming are overlapping, but in greedy approach, sub-problems in greedy algorithm do not overlap. In dynamic programming, it does more work due to splitting of problem at every possible point, but in greedy method, it does little work due to splitting problem at specific points only. It consider the future choices while select the current choice in dynamic programming. But in greedy approach, only consider the current choice without looking about futures. Next, in dynamic programming, there is no specialized set of feasible choices, but in greedy approach, construct the solution from the set of feasible solutions. In dynamic program, select choice which is globally optimum, but in greedy approach, select choice which is locally optimum. In dynamic program, imply memorization, but in greedy approach, there is no concept of memorization. Examples of dynamic programming: make a change problem, knapsack problem, assembly line scheduling problem, multi-stage graph problem, matrix chain multiplication problem. In greedy approach, examples are binary knapsack problem, fractional knapsack problem, job scheduling problem, activity selection problem, upon coding, optimal storage on tapes, and optimal merge pattern. These are all of the examples of greedy approach. Thank you.